You there, adventurer? Yes, you. Do you desire knowledge of immense worlds and arcane power? A codex of untold stories and lore? Or perhaps simply easy listening for your daily commute? Then feast your eyes, or, more accurately, ears, upon Dungeonpedia. Shit's about to get nerdy in here.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Dungeonpedia, an exploration into the lore of Dungeons & Dragons. We're your hosts, Lou and Markel.
Taylor Stanfield.
And I'm Travis Peasley.
Well, it is the week of Thanksgiving if you live in the U.S. Abroad, it's already happened in Canada, and I don't think anyone else does Thanksgiving.
Question mark? I'm not sure. I know Canadian Thanksgiving's in October, though. So.
Yeah.
I'm really not sure about anywhere else in the world. I've never, looked up national...
Thanksgiving dates. I don't know.
But
anyway.
In the United States, it is the week of Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving will be on Thursday, as it always is. But I thought that, in the interest of that, we should talk about, what we're thankful for. Or you guys can just stare at me dumbfoundedly.
No, actually, everything kind of sucks. So, I'm kidding. I personally... I'm about to really cheese it up over here, so you can skip over this if this kind of stuff makes you cringe. But I'm personally really thankful for the reception that we have received on this podcast because I never really thought that it's not that I thought that people wouldn't ever listen or that we'd just be doomed to 2 listeners every week until we just kind of quit doing it. But I never really predicted how good it would actually make me feel.
Yeah.
Wow, who would have thought that people saying nice things to you and enjoying the things you create would make you feel good? But
legitimately.
Yeah, it's so kind and so wonderful. So I'm really thankful for the reception that we've received here from everybody.
No, and you're the editor, so you get to decide whether or not that stays in.
This is true.
Yeah, I might cut it. I don't like being that vulnerable on the internet. Just kidding. I love it.
And I mean, not to, follow the same lines as Lewin, but as far as personal life goes, we haven't really had a lot of excitingly great things happen. It's just been work and my family's fine. And
yeah,
it's kind of all just kind of normal. So no.
Even though we're in our 20s, we're old and married already. We're in our 20s and unmarried. And we're old and married.
Yeah.
I can't emphasize to you how not legally married they are.
This is true. But no, I think the biggest thing that I would be thankful for is definitely the fans and followers that we have actually gotten so far. It's been insane. And I'm also the one that is obsessively looking at the numbers and the stats and trying to gauge people's reactions. And
every week.
Every day,
well,
actually.
Okay, he's looking every day, but he's posting screenshots in our chat every week.
Because it boggles my mind. I was like you. I was like, okay, we might have a few dedicated listeners and it'll be fine. But no, we have had a lot of good reception so far. And we've had a lot of good feedback that has helped us. A lot of suggestions that has helped us as well. So no, it's just our listeners.
Mm-hmm. Oh, well, you guys are going to make me feel kind of shitty because don't get me wrong, I'm thankful for all that, but the thing I was gonna say is I'm just kind of thankful for D&D at all for existing, and also the fact that we're playing it again. This isn't the plug for our other podcast, but I'm just so thankful that we've been playing D&D again. It's such a huge part of our lives, and it has brought me so much joy. It feels so natural to just be rolling dice again.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
It's been great, and I'm sure other people can
attest to that
because D&D is great. It brings friends together. It creates friends.
It gives you an avenue to express yourself.
Yeah, it's just amazing.
Speaking of amazing things, I'm actually kind of a little bit throwing it back. I don't know. So today we're going to talk about liches.
Yes, I am so ready for
Hell
this.
Yeah.
So we have talked about liches here in the past.
2 of them.
Namely in episodes revolving around Vecna and Aceric. Yeah.
Vecna's still better. Fight me.
Oh, all right.
Well, today we're actually going to focus on
Screw it,
liches
buddy.
on a whole and their various types. A quick, basic, updated description of them is that they're pretty much undead creatures who are spellcasters of great power who have stored their life essence in a phylactery. I mean,
Right.
there's no dispute to that. Like, that's literally...
That's how a lich
Is.
lives?
Functions?
Well, unlike a lot of D&D creatures, like most of them, liches actually don't have much of a basis in other real-world mythology or historical creatures.
Huh. Interesting.
The word lich actually comes from an Old English word for corpse.
Yeah, because they look like corpses
Yeah.
usually.
In fact, the covered gate at the entrance to a cemetery where a funeral would begin and the coffin would enter from, that was actually called a lich gate. Yeah.
That's actually so metal. I love it.
Yeah.
So, lich as a word made its way into more modern horror writing, including works by Clark Ashton Smith and H.P. Lovecraft.
Shocker there.
Well, I think that's kind of how it entered the mainstream of writing.
I mean, I'm not saying anything bad about it. I'm just not surprised that H.P.
Yeah,
Lovecraft
yeah.
was a part of that, because
Yeah.
look at the man.
No, exactly. And his work. But, like, that's kind of where it entered, like I said, entered the mainstream. And in those descriptions, it would pretty much refer to, like, a corpse or a living corpse, usually skeletal. Eventually, the word made its way into sword and sorcery genre writings, where Gary Gygax found the word and the descriptions that would later inspire the creature that is in D&D.
Okay.
So, you might be getting to this, but did it give, like, a source as to, like, what he was reading, where he got this from?
Yes!
Sweet.
Oh,
He
shit.
cited the short story, The Sword of the Sorcerer. Genre
Well.
sword and sorcery. The Sword of the Sorcerer. Which
fine.
was from 1969, and it was written by Gardner Fox. The lich that's in the book is described as being an intelligent ancient skeleton. He was capable of great magics, and also he had been a fighter in his lifetime as well.
So he had great, like, martial skills as well as
Thank
magic
you.
power.
Yes.
You said the sword of the what?
The Sword of the Sorcerer.
Of the sorcerer.
That was the whole joke, Travis.
Well, first of all, bite me. Second of all, it was a movie too?
Oh.
Huh.
Oh, nope, that's the sword and the sorcerer.
Ah,
Now, whether it's based on the same thing or not, I have no idea. I'm not going to get into it. I was just looking at the cover of the book because I was
Right.
curious.
so it's kind of just like in the book. It's kind of just like an intelligent ancient skeleton. It doesn't like describe the powers. It's not seen as. I don't think that it wasn't in the book or in the short story for very long. So I don't know how evil it was. But regardless, that's where Gygax got the word and the idea for a living skeleton, basically the intelligent counterpart to a zombie.
Yeah.
So in D&D, liches are actually first introduced in the Greyhawk supplement, which was released in 1975. They are neutral or chaotic in alignment, and they are described as skeletal monsters of magical origin. Each lich was formerly a very powerful magic user or magic user / cleric in life, and now alive only by means of great spells and will because of being in some way disturbed.
Oh, I mean, okay.
I mean, I personally don't think either of the liches that we've individually covered on this podcast could be described as disturbed.
no.
Just kidding.
Not at all.
So, a lich ranges from 12th level upwards, typically being 18th level of magic use.
God
Which-
Yeah,
damn.
this is the
Damn.
first edition stats too, so just keep that in mind.
Ooh.
They are able to employ whatever spells are usable at their appropriate level, and in addition to their touch-causing paralyzation with no saving throw. The mere sight of a lich will send creatures below 5th level fleeing in fear.
Yeah, that kind of, I mean, I'm sure, like, things change. Like, I think nowadays you get a saving throw. But, like, those abilities remained
Yeah, pretty
consistent.
consistently.
Yeah, because,
Yeah.
like, Aceric had those.
I will actually
I remember.
go over, actually kind of right now, some of the abilities that are in 5th edition. Because there are so many variants and stuff, I didn't have time to dissect the changes from, like, just the basic lich from edition to edition. Like, okay, so in 5th edition, So they are a challenge rating of 21, which, Travis, DMify that for me. What does that translate to? At what level
A lot.
would you be fighting a lich?
If you were fighting a lich and it was going to be a hard fight, not a deadly fight, but like if I was trying to just make it to where it was hard, but you guys could do it, probably would put you around, the three of you, around, I don't know, 18?
Yeah, so it translates pretty damn well. So it's immune to charm, exhaustion, being frightened, paralyzed, or poisoned. It's an 18th level spellcaster.
Yep.
It casts spells like a wizard does, with intelligence being the spellcasting modifier. It has paralyzing touch, true resistance, and it can take up to 3 legendary actions in 5th edition, which means randomly, basically, in combat, it can decide to act outside of its regular turn.
Yeah. And that includes like legendary resistance,
Paralyzing touch,
yeah,
casting a cantrip, and frightening gaze!
Yay!
Which is the lich fixes its gaze on one creature it can see within 10 feet of it. The target must succeed on a DC 18 wisdom saving throw against this magic or become frightened for 1 minute.
So I want to kind of retract what I just said. I had to go back and kind of do the math and stuff again. I was wrong. 3 of you guys fighting a lich, you would need to be level 20 for it to be considered a hard fight. It would be deadly any lower.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So the translation can usually be pretty literal from challenge rating to level.
Yeah.
Depending on how many characters you have in the party versus...
Because obviously with 3, it's harder than 4 or 5.
Yeah, exactly. You
Right.
have-
And that's just doing like the general math. That's not counting the fact that, you know, they had the legendary actions, they have all these resistances, and if the party doesn't like buy stuff to kind of help fight against it, it could be harder or easier, but in just a general...
Right. So that's the first lich in Greyhawk compared to current 5th edition lich. Also, as a side note, for the first time, I truly appreciated the Greyhawk cover. It features a very round beholder.
Oh, yeah,
It is a thing of beauty.
I know, right? It's great.
So liches are expanded on for original D&D in the 3rd supplement, which is called Eldritch Wizardry, in 1976. It was mostly just an addendum for liches being able to have psionic powers, and that you could make a percentage dice roll for psionics. But this also included lore on Vecna, which you will recall as being a pretty evil guy from the Greyhawk setting.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
evil.
sucks.
This is the first time Vecna is mentioned, actually. However, it's his artifacts, and his artifacts describe him as being an ancient and long destroyed lich.
Yeah.
Oh, so this was just like a mention of the eye and the hand.
Yeah, and actually the Sword of Koss as well.
Oh, okay.
That lovely, lovely sword.
So in Advanced D&D 1st edition, liches are reintroduced in the very first monster manual in 1977.
Damn.
Yeah. They are described as appearing very rarely, being neutral evil in alignment, and having an intelligence of supra genius. Not super genius, supra genius.
Supra?
Yes.
That's one step above super.
Is it? I don't know.
Is it?
I actually think it is.
Is it just one or is it more than that?
I don't know.
I have no idea. It's very smart.
So anyways, this is also the first mention of a phylactery in regards to liches. A lich exists because of its own desires and the use of powerful and arcane magic. The lich possesses... I'm sorry, I'm actually reading directly from the monster manual right now, and I love D&D. I love older stuff. I love all this old lore, but I've had to correct grammar and spelling a number of times while making these notes.
Oh, I know. Finding typos in like those old books is actually the best fucking thing, though. It's like finding gold.
A lich possessed from a state of humanity to a non-human. I don't know what that's supposed to say.
I don't know what they're what they're trying to say with that.
So a lich basically turns from a state of humanity to non-human, non-living existence through force of will. It retains the status by certain conjurations, enchantments, and a phylactery. A lich is most often encountered within its hidden chambers, this lair typically being in some wilderness area or vast underground labyrinth, and in any case, both solidly constructed of stone and very dark.
For example, a tomb.
A tomb.
Liches were formerly ultra-powerful magic users or magic user/clerics of no less than 18th level of magic use. Their touch is so cold as to cause 1 to 10 points of damage and paralyze opponents who fail to make their saving throw.
Well, at least you get a saving throw this time.
Right.
True.
Also, real quick, supra can mean beyond the limits of or outside of. So, yeah, beyond the limits of super genius.
Ah, nice. So the mere sight of a lich will cause any creature below 5th level to flee and panic from fear. All liches are able to use magic appropriate to the level they had attained prior to becoming non-human. And this is where they actually throw in the resistances to various spells as well. Charm, sleep, enfeeblement, polymorph, cold, electricity, insanity, or death spells have no effect. A lich appears very much as does a wight or mummy, being of skeletal form, eye sockets, mere black holes with glowing points of light, and garments most often rotting but also very rich in appearance. This description pretty much doesn't vary at all, ever.
Yeah, like that's...
Yeah, they almost always have like the same sort of spooky, ghoulish...
desiccated corpse.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Now, I will say the thought of seeing these like rich-looking but rotting robes is kind of funny.
Yeah. I mean, like, you try to take it with you, but it ends up decaying.
It's like evocative.
It is. I like it.
Yeah.
So, in Dragon Magazine, issue number 26, it actually had an article titled Blueprint for a Lich by Len Lakofka. It is exactly what you think it is.
Sugar, spice, and everything nice?
No.
Oh.
No, actually, it's vampire's blood, belladonna, and a virgin's heart well simmered.
Well simmered. You cannot forget that. You have to simmer it just right, otherwise it's not going to work.
Yeah, you can't turn up the heat too high or else you'll just boil it full and then it's no good. Then you have to go get another virgin's heart.
But no, it actually describes the preparation of lichdom, including a step-by-step guide, the spells required, which include magic jar, trap the soul, and enchant an item, plus the phylactery to jar it into.
Okay, like, we make all those jokes about, like, all the concerned parents and stuff. But, like, when that's in a magazine, like, I could see why somebody might be worried if they, like, found that in their kid's room and just, like, flipped through it and it's like, hi, here's how to become an undead lich.
So I'm going to need the link to this blueprint for no reason, really.
Oh, yeah, we're just curious.
Yeah.
Jokes aside, it's a very good read, and if you can, I highly recommend reading it. Okay, so it describes the phylactery, but it doesn't actually refer to it as a phylactery in this. But it also describes the journey the lich makes as a soul, possessing various bodies within 90 feet of the jar or of the body it is currently possessing until it can get back to its own. Somewhat hilariously, in my opinion. Because, like,
So it just kind of like
bounces around.
Yeah, like bounces around and possesses whoever it can until it can reach its body.
The lich wants its own body, yes. Pretty much. It will do whatever it can to get back there.
I'm just imagining, like, a series of, like, funny cuts from body to body, where maybe, like at first it's like, oh, this isn't right, and then, like, you know, hops into the body of, like, a, you know, voluptuous, attractive woman, and it's like, ooh. But then, like...
Yeah.
Then it bounces again. It's like, fuck, why does this hurt? What the fuck?
Basically, a lich's resurrection is fraught with saving throws and percentile rolls. A lich who returns to their phylactery through death of their body loses a level, and once a lich drops below 10th level, they just die.
Rip.
Yeah.
Damn. So you can kill a lich slowly if you just continuously destroy its body, and
Yeah.
after about, 11, 12 times, it'll finally die. Or you could just destroy its phylactery, but...
Yeah, well. Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 1st Edition also introduced the Demi-Lich in Tomb of Horrors in 1978.
Woo!
Okay, yeah, yes.
Yeah.
The one in question was, of course, Asteric.
Hey.
Demi-Liches weren't actually described in a distinct way until the release of The Lost Caverns of Tsojcanth. Tsojcanth.
Okay, see, you had me at the first 3 letters and then you lost me.
Tsojcanth. Anyways, it was released in 1982. And then also described in further in the second Monster Manual in 1983.
Okay, I'm really glad we're talking about this because, like, when I did my Aceric episode, I was just looking at Aceric lore, and it was really hard to find anything about the distinction between a demi-lich and any other kind of lich.
Yeah.
So I was like, in that episode, I was like, he's a demi-lich? I don't know what that means, ? So I'm glad we're finally touching on that.
Yeah, so, and I think we did very briefly towards the end, because I think when we took our little ad break, I was
Googled
researching.
it, yeah.
And I can understand, because at first, demi-liches weren't described as being distinct. But
It's just a cool word you can put in front of the word lich to make it sound even cooler.
then they were described as a supremely evil human magic user or cleric that can exist far beyond the natural span of life by using certain arcane secrets. This creature, the lich, can exist for centuries. Ultimately, its life force eventually wanes. The lich form decays, and the evil soul roams strange planes unknown to even the wisest of sages. The remaining soul is a demi-lich. Demi-lich is a misleading term in that the hearer might believe that the creature is reduced in power. The term applies to the physical state of the lich. Only a small amount of the former lich's body endures dust, the skull, and possibly a few bones.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So that makes sense as to why Aceric was usually portrayed mostly as a skull.
Yeah.
Like his skull was always the focal point.
Yeah,
That
it was
like
floating.
the one thing that like still
His
existed.
Yeah.
diamond encrusted dome piece.
Yeah. So basically, it's a lich that has lived way beyond how long it's supposed to and just goes around learning new shit,
Doing evil shit.
doing evil shit. Liches were brought back in Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition in the Monstrous Compendium Volume 1, which was released in 1989, and they were included alongside demi-liches. They're described as the most powerful undead creatures, seeking to further their own power at all costs.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this edition, they were originally wizards or priests of at least 18th level. Their habits are described in depth as being solitary creatures with no desire to do just good or evil just because, and that their only driving force is expanding their own power, making them usually evil, though they can be any alignment technically.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, sure, a little bizarre.
I think
But-
this is the only... I think Advanced Dungeons & Dragons 2nd Edition is the only one that makes that distinction, because in every other edition, like,
I mean, they're...
anything other than an evil lich is described as being a special type of lich.
Yeah, liches are kind of just inherently evil
Yeah.
because of all the shit that they do to further their own power and their lifespan.
Yeah, that
and-
usually ends up becoming a part of it.
Yeah.
Like, it's not inherently, well, you might make the case that it's inherently evil to be as self-motivated as a lich is, but, you know.
Right.
In any case.
But they can also only be harmed with magical weapons.
Yeah, that's...
So I'm about to go into a lot of different variations of liches over the next
Hell yeah.
few books and editions and stuff like that. But first, we're going to take a quick...
God damn it.
Of course we are.
Hello, everybody, and thank you guys so much for listening to our liches episode.
It's been a long time coming, 'cause we've covered 2 individual liches.
Yeah, and we probably needed to figure out how liches actually work. And now we know.
Now we know.
Yeah, it's fine.
But if you guys like the podcast and you want to contribute to our continued progress,
Podcasting. Word.
please consider contributing to our Patreon at Dungeonpedia. We have a few tiers available right now. Mostly the only thing, $1 a month is really
Appreciated.
Like, I can't, like, that would be amazing. But yeah, that's our Patreon.
If you haven't yet and you're interested, we do have our actual play podcast called Projectile Dysfunction. You can go to our Twitter at ProjectileCast to follow us there and get updates. We have a few episodes up now. I
Yeah.
believe
Yeah.
3 or 4 at this point.
Something like that.
But go listen. It's fun.
It's in the realm of a few, not just a couple. But I don't think it's quite to several.
Not several yet.
Not several.
We're approaching it though.
We're approaching several.
Go meet Czar.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's great. You can follow us for Dungeonpedia stuff on Twitter, Instagram, and Tumblr, all at Dungeonpedia. We also have our email address, dungeonpedia.podcast@gmail.com, where we take episode suggestions, comments, corrections, that kind of thing. We really appreciate everything we get on our social media and our email from you guys.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, it's It's always amazing.
It's humbling to receive anything, honestly.
It is. Go ahead and subscribe to us wherever you listen to us as well to get notifications of our new episodes. That way you can listen to it the minute it goes up. You can get notified and bam, done.
That way you don't have to sit there refreshing your browser over and over again, because you definitely do that every Tuesday morning.
Every Tuesday morning.
Every Tuesday morning.
I know I do.
Remember to rate us, give a review if you would while you're there. It's very nice, especially on like iTunes. Trying to get up our ladder there, climb that podcast ladder.
Yes.
Yes.
But most importantly, spread the word.
Yeah.
Tell your friends who like liches. I'm sure there are some.
There have to be.
There have to be. Liches are super cool. And also ubiquitous, kind of in their presence in media, so.
Yeah. Like,
any nerd has a lich they like.
probably. Or at least a lich enemy that they liked fighting.
Yes.
Even if they don't realize it's a lich, you can tell them, hey, did you know that enemy in that game was a lich? You know how I found out? Dungeonpedia.
Go listen to them and they'll tell you all about liches.
They'll probably be like, what the fuck's a lich?
Even better chance of them wanting to listen to us then.
Exactly.
Hopefully. Big thank you to Alexander Nakarada for the use of our theme song, Blacksmith.
Always a good opener.
Always a favorite, always a banger.
Okay. Like
Always.
It. So
Love
I
that
already
song.
know of
Or is it a
one
bop?
like kind of like variant of lich
Yeah.
that I am hoping that with you that, might have I think covered. we've taken up enough time. Let's get
I-
back and
I
learn
don't
more about these
know
liches.
any.
Yeah.
Well,
hell yeah.
there's a illithid lich.
I
that
actually
exists.
did not cover that one. But it does
That's okay.
exist. There are actually a lot of different types of liches that I didn't go completely into. Like, okay, there are so many variants, but because they're so sparsely mentioned, I just have to keep going through all of them, or we're gonna run out of time.
Right. Let's
Fair enough.
go head on.
So, illithid liches, like you said. Draco liches also exist, but the lore is so thorough, it's too much to get into. They were introduced in the Cult of the Dragon and the Monstrous Manual in 1998. So, it's a dragon lich. That's the most I can get into now.
Which
That's
is
fucking
horrifying.
Awesome, I think you mean.
Scary. So, in 1990, the Spelljammer campaign setting, which was basically a fantasy space setting, which is pretty cool. Like, it wasn't like science space, it was fantasy space. I don't know.
I mean, I'm into it.
Yeah. So it had an accessory release that was called Lost Ships, and that introduced the Archlich, which, by the way,
Oh.
by definition, would definitely not describe Vecna.
Or a
Archlich
Sarek?
or a Sarek.
Because the Sarek self-described that way, too.
Archliches are spellcasters of good alignment who carefully craft their transformation to undeath. They do so to protect a person or a place, or to use their undeath to further their life's purpose, but they are always good.
Okay, so by definition, the two liches we talked about aren't arch liches, but you know what? It sounds better. So
Well, but they're definitely also, I feel like, people who, well, maybe a Sarek less so, but I feel like Vecna would definitely self-describe in a
cooler way.
Well, in a cooler way, but also a way that might make people like believe he is something that he isn't
Fair
for his
enough.
own gain. You know what I mean?
yeah, I mean that's fair. He was kind of a dick like that.
And then a Sarek would probably just self-describe himself in a way that was really similar to Vecna just to piss him off.
Yeah.
But anyways, Archliches are good, so they're Vecna, and the two episodes that have Archlich in the title are not even Archliches, turns out.
Wow.
Way to call us out.
Hey, I'm not calling us out, I'm calling Vecna and a Sarek out.
Yeah, they suck.
So, they're said to still be scary and menacing, mostly because they're skeletal creatures of powerful magic. So, Archliches were former wizards or priests of 18th level or higher, or bards of at least 24th level.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Wait,
Bard
a bard?
Bard
Lich.
Lich.
Yes. Dude, that's a powerful ass bard too though. Level
Yeah.
like 24th level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
So, Archliches don't have phylacteries. They keep their life force in a usable magical item that they keep with them forever. Wizards traditionally use their spellbook. And-
But a bard would probably use their instrument.
Yeah.
True. Yeah.
So you could have like this fucking magical banjo. I don't know why I went banjo, but
See,
And a cleric would probably use their holy symbol.
Right.
See, in my mind, I was thinking of a bard archlich with an electric guitar, even though it doesn't make sense for the setting. But like,
You know what? Let's roll with it.
oh, like the Mad Max fire
Yes!
guitar.
Oh my
yes!
God.
Yes.
I like it. Sorry, continue.
Sorry.
That guy's a lich. Just
Yeah.
decided.
Yes, he is.
So in terms of powers, archliches are not different at all from regular liches. But they use their powers for good.
So basically, we've uncovered my new life goal.
To become an
become a-
archlich.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So I will need that how to become a lich recipe from Dragon
Okay,
Magazine.
but like you realize that if you want to be a good lich, you have to do things for good, right?
And I'm pretty sure that getting the heart of a virgin is probably not considered good. Just saying.
I'm saying that might not be the recipe you want to use.
Oh, well, rip to everyone else who used that recipe, but I'm different.
Okay.
Okay.
So in 1991, The Legend of Spelljammer featured the Master Lich,
Ooh.
which is a lich created through regular means and dark extra-dimensional powers.
I love how, like, the ritual that produces a lich is now, like, regular means. Even
Right.
though that's actually some pretty dark, heavy shit.
Yeah.
But now
That's
we've
just
moved...
the normal way now.
Yeah.
It's not just regular darkness, it's advanced darkness. But, okay, so I don't know if this is technically the case, but to me it reads as, like, basically a warlock a warlock lich.
A war lich.
Yeah.
A lich lock?
A lich lock!
Ooh.
Yeah, but, like, the dark extra-dimensional powers, because of the fact that they make a deal, and yeah, it reads as warlocky to me.
Okay, yeah, no, that sounds
Yeah,
about
that-
right.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. So the Master Lich spends the rest of their days evading the repayment of the dark bargain. They seek safety in numbers, making them thus far the only non-solitary lich, preferring the company of other undead creatures.
Oh, that's nice.
Safety in numbers.
Yeah, that's kind of,
nice.
it's just funny, like, yeah, I'll make this deal and then I'm gonna run forever.
Well, because you get attached to the power and they want your soul.
Or they just want you to go off and do a side quest every once in a while. But, like, you really want to get on with the story because it's getting good. So, like...
So physically they look like regular liches, except their flesh has not rotten off and never will. The skin is leathery and gross.
Oh, nasty.
Okay, I almost feel like the rotting part would be easier to look at than
Yeah.
the leathery,
Grossness?
like, dried out.
Yeah, it said like it peels back a little bit and like
Ugh.
think of like you know those like natural mummies that are in like places with like a lot of salt and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah,
like
yeah.
how their skin just kind of like dries out and has that weird,
Like,
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
matted to them.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's exactly how I picture this. And it's
it like probably at that point all the fat and muscle is gone, so it just like outlines the bones itself with like this leathery
Yeah, or it, like,
skin.
kind of hangs a little bit.
Yeah.
So, like, you don't get anything special out of the deal.
in fact
The only other stuff you get is having some god or whatever after you and also looking like a fucking couch.
you actually have something
Oh, no.
less good too. A Master Lich can be struck with regular weapons, not just magical ones like the other
What
liches.
the
Wow.
hell? That seems like
That's like novice lich.
I'm
Jeez.
wondering if maybe it's like you couldn't complete through the regular means. You did almost everything, but you couldn't finish. So then the dark power comes in and is like, "Hey, I can help you finish the ritual." But
Oh, so it's like you cut corners.
exactly, that's the way I'm reading into it.
Okay.
kind of a shitty deal on that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to go too much into this, but Spelljammer also introduced the Fire Lich. It sounds really cool, right? The Fire Lich.
yeah.
I'm
that
just
sounds-
imagining a lich on fire. Yeah.
It looks like a giant angry skull comment that is always screaming.
Okay, I
like
don't.
the tantrum hole. The tantrum hole.
Yes.
I don't see an issue here. That sounds fucking cool.
No, it just looks like an angry head screaming. We made fun of this with fucking Atropus. Like,
No, I'm just imagining tantrum hole comic skull.
so he's just, the Fire Lich is just like, it's in space, so it's like moving around through space.
Just
An
screaming and on
angry,
fire.
fiery comet that has a skull head.
So what is the point to this? Is it just like, oh hey, I'm just gonna scream at space?
Well, It's
Same.
always it's an eternal pain, and it travels through space looking to crash into something to extinguish the flames.
Oh my god.
Yeah, it's actually
Okay.
very sad.
That's horrible. Never mind. I take back my earlier comment.
Dang.
That's a huge problem.
Yeah.
I feel kind of sad for this lich.
Yeah, me too. Like, of all the types of liches you could become.
Yeah.
So why not the psionic lich?
Okay, I'm with it so far.
Ravenloft brought the psionic lich in Dragon Magazine number 174.
Ooh, no, that's...
Scary.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea of that is very scary.
It's kind of just, it's basically a lich with psionics.
Yeah, but
Ravenloft.
that's horrifying.
Yes, it is, actually.
You guys. Abo-lich. Aboleth, but a lich.
Okay, that was actually pretty good.
How? No, but like, how fucking dope
It
and
would
also,
be fucking terrifying.
and also scary would that be?
That would be horrifying.
Okay.
It would be.
I mean,
I'm thinking about it, and
Yeah. Okay, sorry. Sidebar over.
no, it's okay.
And they've already got a snappy name, Abolich.
It just sucks because I'm about to, it's not as good as what I'm about to talk about. Or, it's better than what I'm about to talk about is what I meant.
Okay. Well, anyway, sorry. There's a fun character concept for you, free of charge.
So, Ravenloft Monstrous Compendium Appendix 3 also introduced several lich variants, which included the Defiler Lich, the Demi-Defiler Lich, the Elemental Lich, the Demi-Elemental Lich, and the Drow Lich, which actually had subvariants, Drow Demi-Lich, the Drider Lich, the Drow Priestess Lich, and the Drow Wizard Lich. Too many variants.
Jesus.
Too many goddamn liches in this goddamn appendix.
It's just... I guess a lich for every use.
Pretty much. Like, at this point, it's just like, why don't you just say that anything can be a lich and then, figure it out? Like, it's...
Or give, an equation for modifying a stat block. Like, you
into
take,
lichdom.
Yeah, you take this from the lich stat block, and then you put it with this from the drow stat block.
Yeah. But, no, everything needs its own stat block, apparently.
It's fine.
So, the Forgotten Realms campaign, The Ruins of Myth Draenor, in 1993 had Baelnorn liches, which were good elven liches who became liches because they were bound by duty. And then the campaign The Ruins of Zintil Keep in 1995 introduced Bane liches, who were liches created from clerics of the god Bane.
Oh,
So, very creatively named.
that guy.
Right, Bane liches.
Yeah. And like I said, there are just so many variants. There are some that I'm skipping. I'm trying to just go over all of them and keep going, but...
There's a lot. And admittedly, before you started this, I didn't know there were that many variants of liches.
There are.
Yeah, no. I had heard of, Draco liches and, Demi liches, and that was it.
So, in the third edition, liches are again introduced in the monster manual, and the creation of them is described as unspeakably evil. So... The Bane Lich, the Archlich, and the Baelnorn appeared in Monsters of Faerun in 2000, and the Demi Lich in the Epic Level Handbook in 2002. Most of them were, of course, all brought back, and for 3.5 as well. The Libris Mortis, the Book of the Undead, which was released in 2004, introduced the Good Lich and the Lich Fiend. The Good Lich is honestly just kind of a rehashing of the Archlich.
Okay, it's a good lich.
Yeah. And... Lich Fiend is what happens if a demon or a devil becomes a lich. Fucking scary.
Fair enough.
I don't think a demon or a devil needs any help with any of their shit to become a lich. No, that doesn't need to happen.
No.
It's fine.
Hey, Travis. I'm about to make you very upset. 4th edition is actually very important for liches.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
I refuse.
Welcome back to our 4th edition hate cast.
Alright, what'd they do?
They were described in the Monster Manual, which was released in 2008, as well as the Dungeon Master's Guide, which gave a template and ritual for how to allow your player characters to become liches.
Hell yeah! Hell yeah!
Oh, okay, alright, you know what? I'll relent and give 4th edition a pass this one time.
They did it good, I feel
because
like,
that sounds really cool. Hey, my player wants to be a lich. I have an outline to do it.
Exactly.
That's what you need to do.
Exactly. So real quick, 4th edition describes a lich as an undead spellcaster created by means of an ancient ritual. Wizards and other arcane spellcasters who choose this path to immortality escape death by becoming undead, but prolonged existence in this state often drives them mad. Liches are cold, scheming creatures that hunger for ever greater power, long forgotten knowledge, and the most terrible of arcane secrets.
Damn.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
So, do you want to hear the ritual?
Yes.
Of course.
How do I do this?
Let me put on my best ritual speaking voice. You call upon Orcus, demon prince of the undead, to transform your body into a skeletal thing, undead and immortal, and bind your life force within a specially prepared receptacle called a phylactery. Level 14, caster must be humanoid. Category, creation time, 1 hour. Okay. The components cost 100,000 gold pieces.
Shit.
You need to have skill in Arcana or Religion. At the conclusion of this ritual, you die, transform into a lich, and gain the Lich template, featured in the Dungeon Master's Guide on page 179. An integral part of becoming a lich is creating a phylactery, a magical receptacle containing your life force. When you are reduced to 0 hit points or fewer, you and your possessions crumble to dust. Unless your phylactery is located and destroyed, you reappear in a space adjacent to the phylactery after 1d10 days. You must construct your phylactery before the ritual can be performed. The phylactery, which takes 10 days to create, usually takes the form of a sealed metal box containing strips of parchment on which magical phrases have been transcribed in your blood. The box measures 6 inches on a side and has 40 hit points and resists 20 to all damage. Other kinds of phylacteries include rings and amulets, which are just as durable. If your phylactery is destroyed, you can build a new one. The process takes 10 days and costs 50,000 gold pieces.
Being a lich is expensive.
No shit. Okay, so the lich can still survive if the phylactery is destroyed.
Yeah. They just have to go destroy.
As long as, they don't get destroyed before they're able to remake the phylactery.
If their phylactery is destroyed, and then they are destroyed before the phylactery is remade, then they'll die forever.
Or vice versa, I believe. Like if you destroy their body and then go find their phylactery before they return, they're also destroyed.
Yes.
Jesus, it is very expensive to become a lich, though. Mm-hmm. My God.
You better know what you're doing. Oh, some flavor text was also included in 4th edition. I know how you feel about 4th edition, but 4th edition is honestly one of the best for flavor text.
Yeah, they've got some fun.
They do have some interesting flavor text. That's fair.
These required history and knowledge checks. A lich's life force is bound up in a magical phylactery, which typically takes the form of a fist-sized metal box containing blah, 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 blah.
That's what my strips of magical parchment would say. Blah, 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 blah. Let me get this over with.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Most liches hide their phylacteries in secret and well-guarded vaults, sometimes on other planes. Destroying a lich and its phylactery does not guarantee that the lich is gone forever. Powerful beings associated with undeath, including Orcus and Vecna, can reform a destroyed lich, turning it into a lich vestige.
Oh.
Some of the most fearsome villains in the long history of the world have been liches, including Aseric, master of the Tomb of Horrors, and the god Vecna himself. All liches pay homage to Orcus, and it is said that Orcus can instantly destroy the phylactery of any lich that displeases him.
And I've always thought Orcus was kind of lame, personally.
I mean, probably a little bit, but this, helps,
Yeah. I mean, when you compare him to other gods of death like Kalimvor, he's not my favorite.
Yeah.
There have been a lot of gods of death, so
That portfolio has changed hands so many times. It's so hard to keep track of.
So in 5th edition, liches are again reintroduced with the Monster Manual in 2014. From there, it's like nothing's really changed. I mean, lots of stuff has changed, but we are at a point now where I feel like D&D is comfortable with the concoction it made in liches.
Yeah, like it's a lich.
Yeah. So it describes liches as appearing gaunt and skeletal humanoids with withering flesh stretched tight across its bones.
Ew.
Yeah. So the eyes are gone, just like in the original description, and has a little light burning in the sockets, which is something that, a lot of liches.
Yeah, I feel like that's also pretty
as
common in a lot of skeleton monsters, dead things.
They are garbed in moldering remains of fine clothing and jewelry. That is also in a lot. I've seen so many depictions of just a skeleton with a crown on.
Oh yeah, I know. It's great.
because, they need jewelry.
Wealth won't save you in death. Well, unless you're a 4th edition lich, in which case you do need it.
You need wealth to become.
Yeah.
You need to be buried with all your things.
So that you can sell them, so that you can continue to have
phylacteries.
undeath. So, or just like hide and try and make sure that no one knows about you to even kill you.
Yeah. I would just hide my phylactery in my apartment.
So, 5th edition also has a new description of the ritual.
Ooh.
A lich is created by an arcane ritual that traps the wizard's soul within a phylactery. Doing so binds the soul to the mortal world, preventing it from traveling to the outer planes after death. A phylactery is traditionally an amulet in the shape of a small box, but it can take the form of any item possessing an interior shape into which arcane sigils, naming, binding, and immortality and dark magic are inscribed in silver. With its phylactery prepared, the future lich drinks a potion of transformation, a vile concoction of poison mixed with the blood of a sentient creature whose soul is sacrificed to the phylactery.
Aw.
Nice.
The wizard falls dead, then rises as a lich as its soul is drawn into the phylactery, where it remains forever.
I mean, that's pretty
Sweet.
That's pretty simple, actually. Like, you just have to find the ritual on how to actually formally sacrifice the soul of something, and then you just, like, bloodlet it a little bit and mix it with some poison, you're good to go. That's actually pretty simple. Like, if you were gonna do this, if you were gonna become a lich, this is the ritual I personally would use.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure you can find the ritual on how to formally sacrifice something anywhere. Like,
And then,
just
you know,
Google
you
it.
have to have the arcane sigils and stuff, but I mean,
You can buy those on, like, eBay.
probably.
A lich that fails or forgets to maintain its body with sacrificed souls begins to physically fall apart and might eventually become a demi-lich. That's another thing. You have to sacrifice souls.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. Maybe don't use this method because it requires a lot of upkeep.
Yeah. Few liches call themselves by their former names instead adopting monikers such as the Black Hand or the Forgotten King.
Both good ones.
Yes. But, like, that's about it in terms of, like, interesting stuff from 5th edition. I mean, like, not to say that it's not interesting, it's just that it's kind of all culminated to this point.
So I do actually have one thing I want to bring up about 5th edition.
Yes.
As long as we have the time.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I actually had a little bit more after this that is not related to 5th edition necessarily, but continue.
Okay, so the other cool thing that I personally like about introducing in 5th edition was the introduction of layer actions.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Lich's layer actions are actually pretty fucking bizarre. There are 3 of them.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is fairly simple. You roll a d8 and the Lich gains a spell slot that they have spent of that level or lower. But the other 2 are pretty bizarre and will fuck your shit up. These are obviously things that, like, the Lich can do while you're fighting it in its lair.
Mm-hmm.
Are they like legendary actions where it can take it whenever it wants? Or are these considered
These
actions?
are specific actions that a lich can take if you encounter it in its lair.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, but I'm saying, like, how they function in combat. Is it like legendary actions when they can use it whenever?
They can pretty much use it
Or is it a turn
at
action?
the top of the round, because basically it says on initiative count 20 losing ties, the Lich can take a layer action.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of them is the Lich targets one creature it can see within 30 feet. A crackling cord of negative energy tethers the Lich to the target. When the Lich takes damage, the target must make a Constitution saving throw, DC 18. On a failed save, the Lich takes half the damage, and the target takes the remaining damage.
Ooh.
It lasts until initiative count 20 on the next round, or until the Lich or a target is no longer in the Lich's lair. The third one is my favorite. I love this one. The Lich calls forth the spirits of creatures that died in its lair. These apparitions materialize and attack one creature that the Lich can see within 60 feet of it. The target must make a DC 18 Constitution saving throw, taking 15 D6 necrotic damage on a failed save or half as much on a success. And then they disappear.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
So you saying that, you know, they have to continuously sacrifice
Yeah.
Yeah.
made that make so much more sense because, like, if the Lich has been around a while, there's a lot of apparitions that are gonna, like, come
Yeah.
forth to attack.
Yeah, or if you're an Aseric who builds tombs to do that shit.
You are an Aseric, yes.
But yeah, layer actions are just an interesting thing. A lot of high-level creatures have layer actions
Yeah.
that they can use.
Yeah. But since I talked about how liches don't have much of a basis in, like, historical fantasy and mythological creatures, I did want to talk about the liches that D&D has inspired.
Ooh.
So, in the 1997 animated film Anastasia, Rasputin is actually a lich.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
You know what? That makes sense.
His phylactery is described as an unholy reliquary, which must be destroyed by the film's protagonist.
Yeah, the glass vial with the, oh my God, that she steps on.
Wow,
Holy shit.
I never would have thought about that. Yeah.
Oh my God, I gotta go watch that movie again.
So, technically speaking, in Harry Potter, Voldemort is a lich.
Yeah, because Horcruxes are basically like
Phylacteries.
7 different phylacteries.
That does make sense. I didn't think about it, but yeah, that one makes sense.
See, I was thinking about that the whole time.
See,
when we
not
were
me.
talking about
That didn't even
phylacteries.
cross my mind.
And I'm not even the biggest Harry Potter fan, but it felt very obvious to me that Horcruxes were probably at least partially inspired by that.
Yeah.
Or at least analogous to.
Several Final Fantasy games feature liches as monsters. Divinity Original Sin has a lich character. Not the second one, the first one.
The first one. Okay. Never played that one, so.
Yeah.
Me neither.
The Elder Scrolls Morrowind and Oblivion has several liches as enemies, as well as the Elder Scrolls Online. Skyrim actually had dragon priests that had tombs that were similar to liches. Video games of all kinds pretty much have, like, liches and actually sometimes refer to them as liches.
Yeah, because they're a very easy, like, even if they don't go into it, they're a very easy, powerful ghost enemy to put in there, which is essentially what they are. And I'm thinking of, like, Final Fantasy 12 specifically. They're essentially just powerful ghost monsters.
Yeah. Skeletor, apparently, some people might consider him to be a lich. This is just reading from a list of liches.
I mean, I can see that interpretation, I guess.
I like it, though.
And in Adventure Time, the TV series, there is an undead being simply known as the Lich.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That's going to be my lich name. My post-lichification name is Skeletor.
Nice. I like it. There are also liches in pretty much anything that's based around D&D, like as a medium. So Magic the Gathering is owned by Wizards of the Coast. They have liches.
Mm-hmm.
There are webcomics and podcasts and... and video games like Baldur's Souls. Baldur's Gate. Wow.
I was going to say, were you trying for Baldur's Gate or Dark Souls?
Baldur's Gate. I don't even know where Souls came from.
Souls.
I'm not seeing anything.
The most epic crossover.
Anyways, those all feature, like, those are all inspired by D&D and, like, not even inspired by, like, literally in the D&D universe.
Baldur's Gate is actually like a...
From Forgotten Realms.
Yeah.
And they have liches in them. Some of them main characters, some of them main antagonists. And so liches just have become... It's just really cool because liches were basically just a word. Mm-hmm. And then were put into D&D, and now they've inspired all of this, and they've basically created the monster subtype lich.
See, that's crazy to me because I assumed that they had such a ubiquitous presence in especially video games, but they had such a ubiquitous presence that I assumed that both these examples that you just talked about and also in D&D were because liches were some kind of more otherwise popular mythological creature.
No. It's literally just because of this.
Just like one person was like, hey, I'm going to write this and make it a thing. And then...
Like, don't get me wrong, the word and the idea of, like, living skeletons and, like, stuff like that didn't come from nowhere. But the idea of magic being so integrated into it is...
Yeah, it's not like
Dungeons and Dragons.
It's not like the lich was a separate concept from any other skeleton monster or other spooky, scary kind of
the
thing.
The undead was just kind of like a template that was used to create the lich, and then the lich itself kind of just caught fire.
I guess it's kind of like, it was surprising to me to learn that we didn't have the modern zombie until like Night of the Living Dead.
Yeah.
Pretty much, yeah. So even though there were influences based on humanity's fascination with and fear of corpses because we're intrinsically afraid of death, that these monsters didn't actually exist until
recent history.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much.
Not even pretty much, like literally.
Like, what is it, the last 200 years, really?
Yeah.
Now, I will say that there are bits of I don't want to say text, but that's about the only word I can think of, from like old voodoo rituals that consist of raising the dead for like slave purposes. Like they would use the dead
Well, yeah.
so like
That's where the word zombie actually comes from, isn't it? I want to say because
it might be.
not totally sure.
This episode isn't about zombies. That was just another comparison that I had, is that we didn't really have zombies as we thought about them until like the 20th century. It's one more, not one less. From the I can't be the only person who struggles to remember that.
No, I do it all the time.
Okay, thank you for validating me.
they come from Haitian and African legends, actually, the word zombie. Yeah.
Oh, okay, cool.
So, yeah, there you go.
Well, in that case, they had even more of a basis prior to than liches. So
Right, but
what I said was half true.
Right.
But the fact that liches literally had no
they weren't like a subtype of undead until very, very recent.
It wasn't a spooky ghost skeleton casting magic on people in 1600s countryside England.
No, when you said lich, it was about a skeleton or a corpse.
Or a lich gate.
Yeah.
Like
where you take the bodies into the cemetery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn.
But
It's been very fucking enlightening.
That's about all the information I have. So I'm glad that you thought it was enlightening.
It was. I love liches.
Same.
Liches are, well, sometimes they're good, but they're very interesting for sure.
They are very interesting.
I'm biased.
Well, don't forget to follow us on our various social media platforms.
Tell us about your favorite kind of lich.
Yeah.
That we maybe didn't go into too much detail about today.
Because there's so
There's a lot.
so many. What?
There are just so many liches.
Don't forget to spread the word to your friends as well. While you do that, you can just casually mention, hey, did you know that this lich was a thing? And then tell them how you learned about it.
Yeah.
That's how I open all my conversations.
Hey, did you hear about liches? What?
Hey, do you know about Dracoliches?
If you have anything you would like to suggest as a topic, feel free to email us at dungeonpedia.podcast or
Gmail.
I'm going to bed.
You want to try that again?
dungeonpedia.podcast@gmail.com. Or feel free to reach out on any other of our platforms. We get tons of suggestions via Twitter and everything. And
And while you're at it, feel free to check out our actual play podcast, Projectile Dysfunction. We have yet to fight any liches.
You won't for a while unless I want to kill you. And I really don't want to do that right now.
Unless you want to introduce the TPK real early. And also check out our Patreon.
And we'll let you know if it's only a 3-episode campaign because Travis gets pissed at us.
For some reason.
All right. Well, thank you guys once again for listening. And we'll catch you next week here on Dungeonpedia.
Liches get stitches.
Oh, man.
Oh, I was going to make a joke. Can I sing Spooky Scary Skeletons, or is that...
No, you can sing it. I think.
don't want to sing.